I am a tether. And it's taken a while to be able to understand that. For the last probably 3 or 4 years, I've gotten that message. You're a tether. You're a tether. And I have been resistant to add a label, moving away from the personal identity and out of that. I was resistant to calling myself something. But understanding kind of what we're doing, we communicate those things to one another. So in the spiritual realm, there are the star seeds and the healers and the shamans and the quantum healers and way showers, and the guru is supposed to be going away. And so looking over my time and what my creative outlet has been, what have I been attracted to in my creativity? And that is finding different ways and perspectives to look into and peek into what we call paradigm B, this other reality that's beyond the personal identity. So what is a tether? So what a tether is and what a tether serves is two things. First, it's a clean mirror. And the clean mirror means that a tether has no interest in like playing the personal identity game. And what that means in real life and tangible life, it means that they're constantly living in paradigm B, we're calling it binions, meaning that there is this saying that you can't completely let go of the personal, you can't let go of the ego. And let's just, for argument's sake, take that as truth. But you can get to a place where if you find personal identity and within your realm, you can let it go. And it will be the thing that is frustrating and difficult, because to have a personal identity is the difficult way to do reality. So if you are looking for that identity and always staying in a space of that, then it's just fluid. You dynamically and fluidly, when it comes to your consciousness, can let it go. And if you think about like the beginning of a spiritual journey, or even my spiritual journey, I had lots to go through. I had a lot of embodiment to go through before I could let go of the personal I. And so I was carrying all these labels with me. So the first thing that what does a tether serve? It serves as a mirror, a clean mirror, meaning that when you connect with a tether, you have a clean mirror that will give you, it has no interest in changing your mind, but will give you pure feedback. This is what I've found, and how it relates is up to you to figure that out. Because in the personal identity world, it's about trying to get people to think like everybody else. And from the non-personal identity perspective, it's what else? And I don't speak for anybody else. Tether doesn't speak for anybody else in the world. So if you're in conversation with the tether, if you're in conversation with me, I always hold binions. And that means if you have a perspective that's better than the perspective I have, I will take it. And whereas somebody that's developing and working towards that will hold on to opinions or think of their opinions as facts because of the belief structure that they're still trying to dig up. So it's pure good feedback that you're getting, not somebody that's trying to twist your reality and say, oh, you should do this. There's no should behind a tether's message. It's, you could see it this way if you choose to see it this way. And then the person is able to take it or leave it depending on their personal take on it. And the second part about being a tether is simply that when this new reality comes in, it's going to be discombobulated because there's a lot of people that are working on their removing the personal identity, and we're going to have people coming in that are real, and so the personal identity realm doesn't work. So when something doesn't work, but family members, friends, things in the collective start to go sideways to the stories that people put together, because that's all personal identities, personal stories that people are trying to put together to talk about their life. When you don't have that, you're just living the story. You're not trying to put together some story of, oh, this is what this particular aperture or perception of the world is. So tethers are just people that you don't necessarily need a tether right now. It can be when unless you're actively looking to open your mind and look at different perspectives, then if life's going good and your path is going good, you don't need a tether. But a tether is always available. So if you find tethers, or they seem to have languaging messages that, however this feels to you, this is a person that you would want to connect with or be connected in some way, whether it be social media, reaching out to just touch base every once in a while, have a personal coaching sessions, whatever that feels like. They're the people that you want to hold on to, the people that are have remembered and have pulled themselves out of these stories. You want to be, if you're wanting to make it through the discombobulation, you're going to want to have these kind of folks in your life. So that's what a tether does. And so it's really just kind of like, you know being a painter. It's just describing what you do. I paint. Well, I just happen to be fascinated with truth over personal story. So what can you do with that creative source? Well, people, you can offer to have people tap in and use that source, that creative vision, to expand their world if they so choose. So tether, spiritual tether, it doesn't matter. It's pretty simple. Tether yourself to people that are pulling themselves out of this personal identity world. And I recommend the Wayshorers and all the other people too to start looking out for that kind of energy and feeling for that energy.